Welcome back, guys, to our third in our series for this Patriotic Project. It is turning out so lovely. If you missed the first two in the series, we did the sponging technique and we did the stenciling over a stencil technique, and it's super cool. Today we are going to do lettering and drop shadow. I've got my pile of stencils here in this disc binder thing. There'll be a link down below to all the things that we use. We try to put all the links in the video. So you just take that off, you punch it and you take it off and it stores. So I've chosen one nation under God. Okay, so that's the words I'm going to use. And I'm going to use my T-square. And T-squares are magic, especially if you have astigmatism. They will make everything straight on your projects. If you have astigmatisms, they tend to lean. So this is a magic little tool to have. I'm going to lay this over here and see how much space I'm going to need. Okay, I think I like that. So I'm going to use my triple threat Ghostwriter. It has a white lead and a gray lead, and I've talked about this in this video quite a bit because these tools, when you're mixing and matching stencils, chat about that for just a second. When you have many have eaten here, few have died. Like all the lettering is laid out exactly where it goes. And so that's easy to just lay the stencil down and do it. But if you want to pull together different parts of your stencils, then that makes it really cool to, number one, use different stencils, make it your own, then it's an original. Okay, so then we just mark with the white lead. I use the white mostly. Make sure I'm straight. Just go across there, and then this, I'll show you on the bottom area here. This erases with water, or your eraser, which is on the back end of the tool. Very useful tool. Anyway, so either of those work. So it just comes right off. So you can mark up your project, whatever you want, and it will all come off. Then we're gonna lay our stencil down. Okay, and then I'm going to take 2 pieces of tape. Now, if you're new to stenciling, or if you've had problems with bleeding under and stuff like that, I'm going to show you the tricks today to show you how not to bleed under your stencils. And then I'm going to show you, stick around because I'm going to show you how to do drop shadowing through the stencil. It is a very cool technique. We're taking a dry brush. So the problem with regular stencil brushes is that they're flat and they tend to kick out when you put pressure on them, and they tend to bleed underneath your stencils. So this is dry. It is domed, the shape of it is a dome, so when you push down on it, it doesn't kick out like that and it doesn't shove the paint underneath your stencil. So it is amazing. This is our dome brush. And they're on our website, studior12.com. And I'm Patty, by the way, and I have been painting for 30 years and teaching for the same amount of time. We're gonna wanna watch these pin holes. If you get something like that, if you get holes that are really close to things, this is a multi-masker, and I can just mask right next to that lettering. Didn't load my brush yet, did I? I talked it dry. Holy moly. Okay, so we can go right next to our lettering, and I can scooch this around and go right next to the other side. Now this technique that I'm doing right here is called swirling. And I just very gently just swirl the brush on the lettering. Try to stay out. So if you accidentally, let me accidentally ghost real quick for you. If I accidentally get paint where I don't want it, you can take this click eraser, okay? It's a very satisfying clicking sound. Dip it into some water, lift your stencil, and then just lift that straight back. And then you can just go ahead and, while the paint is fresh, you can just erase your paint off. When your paint is dry, this will not work. So you can use it as a regular eraser, but it is a great little boo-boo eraser in the meantime. So this technique is called swirling. And the old-fashioned way to do it is to stipple. Stipple tends to be very heavy, and it tends to make all the paint like solid. Sometimes I want things soft. And then I like how fast my paint dries when I'm doing swirling. And then sometimes in these really skinny lettering, it's easier to get the paint in by stippling. So that's a really good reason to stipple. I was fighting with myself on these little skinny areas just now. But like on the big one, gentle pressure so that you're not shoving paint underneath. So these are good. This is what I'm going to drop shadow. So that's what we look like right now. So we want just a dusting of color on the project. And I could have actually not done a dusting and slid it down. You'll see what I'm doing. Let me show you. So I like to drop shadow to my left and to the lower part. You can do it to the bottom and then to the right. You can do it on top. You can do drop shadow in any way that you want. I tend to prefer this. So I'm going to drop it down. And if you notice, as I go across the bottom, I'm looking for an even amount of showing. And we're going to take our black, and this is drop shadowing through a stencil. It is amazing. Those of you who are stencil fans, make sure you ask questions and things down below, and we will make sure to get them answered. So if you need anything answered, we're here for you. So then I'm just going to go ahead and use the black. And now what that's going to do is it's offsetting on my piece, and then that will create a shadow, and then I'll lay the stencil back over in the right place and then do the lettering stenciling, the word stenciling. And I'm going to peek to see how we're looking. Okay, I can see it. I almost always do the peeking just to make sure you're doing what you think you want to do. I could do drop shadowing on all the lettering if I wanted to. So you can do as much or as little. Put my brush down, gonna peek. Okay. It's hard to see what I'm seeing. I think it looks good. I'm gonna hit the blow dryer and I'll be right back. Okay, here we are, ready to go with the top coat and see how this comes together. So now I'll line that back up with the top of the white color. And now you'll see that my black is in the reverse of what we did just a minute ago. Flip that over. And now to get this to coat, I'll make sure I'm lined up. I think somebody's not agreeing with me. Okay. You can stipple this to make it stronger if you wanted to make the coverage faster. I'm going to go ahead and swirl because I think it makes an overall faster result in the end. And I'll just have to do a couple of dusty coats. Also, I'm noticing right down here on the bottom of my letter, if the brush isn't kind of connecting with the bottom line, you can just go ahead and give it a little corner stipple just to make sure you've got a sharp edge. All of these techniques are really just, if you put them all together, it makes your stenciling go to just like a whole new level. I think that's what I love so much about sharing these is it can take your everyday, I just stenciled a sign to have some like depth and it just elevates it. All right, guys, before we get ready for the reveal, make sure that you subscribe so that you'll be notified when we have the final part of this series next week. And it's gonna be exciting. I'm also gonna show you how to finish your project. We don't always show that in all of our videos, so that is a really good reason to visit us next week. And make sure you give us some thumbs up and stuff like that. All right, here we go, reveal time. Gonna pull it back, ready? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, it's perfect. Okay, so what we have here, if you can see it, it's a little bit tone on tone because this red is a dark color, but you have that drop shadow effect without having to know how to use a round brush. That is in itself just a blissful, wonderful thing. And I really love how that really just stands out. And clean up, oh, it also removes with spit. And there's our eraser. The click eraser also works to clean up. See you guys next week.